So let me just tell everybody, if you are having your starter window, it's good to start by going to File, then click Login and Begin. So I will advise you start that way so that you can keep record of all your online activity, your starter session activities. So I can call this one March 30 as the file name, March 30, and then I save. So the login now has started. Of course, unfortunately, I save as SMCL. So you could also usually you can well, don't worry, but save that way. Then I will advise also that instead of doing iterative command, you create your do file from here, and then save that do file. Save that do file, so you can save as again March 30. So save as March 30. Then the command she talked about, you can start implementing them. So you can get your data if you use the inbuilt data system use. So just run this from your do file. So you can have this is
please I have that again for us, sir.
Please, how do we get the file?
How did you?
The do file. To open the do file.
We have done that last week. You can just go to. Please close any other device. Great. So you can go to this icon. You will see icon, new do file. I've already created one, so I can open it. But if you have not created one, you can. Okay, to also make it interactive for now. Don't worry. Let's just use the line by line command. So I can just type. System use. Okay, so you can see the data if you use that. If you use that system command, you can see the data, and then this is the summary she's talking about. Summarize command she's talking about. So you can use SU. If you use SU, it will summarize. If you use summarize, it will still summarize.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
This is Joseph Ajamu from Abuja. Please, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Please, I don't know how you come about that summary. I don't know how do you get those data and then you able to get those summary. Is it that you already have a data which you have run that you click on that summary that I gave you that output?
So that data is in the starter package. It comes with the starter. So instead of using external data, we are using data inbuilt with starter. So when you are using that, you can use this command s system use. The name of the data is auto. So you can have the data. Let me now, just for purpose of education, these are other data that are in the system memory. Apart from the auto, there is also auto 2. If you want to use that data, there is also auto ND. There is also BP long. There is BP wide. There is cancer. There is census. There is National Labor Survey of Wages. It's a United US data. So you could call for any of these data for purpose of demonstration. Let's say, for instance, instead of calling for auto, I'm interested in this auto 2, so I can have SYSU SE system use. Then I will call for auto 2. You will see the data now. So I will have a new data set, which is auto 2. So that data I can summarize. That's what she's saying by simply saying SU. You can see this data is different from, I think, yeah, I cannot see the big difference now, but yes, it's slightly different from the, in fact, to see this one, you can use the scribe to see the system is a bit slow. I think maybe there are issues. Sorry, this file. Okay, good. So this is the list, the details of the data. So the point I'm trying to make is that there are inbuilt data that you can access via the through the starter. These are inbuilt, but the one she's accessing, which I also use in the first meeting, is the auto.ta. So please take note of that. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So one command that you should learn now is the summarize command. So if you are using summarize command, according to this, you could spell out the command. So the summarize command will give the summary of the data. So let me pick another data here. System. Can somebody suggest any data I should pick here? Just to be sure you are following.
Answer.
Okay, system. Mute yourself. So I'm going to use the data answer. So this is the data. You can see it here. One thing you can also do is to describe the data. That's always a good thing, so that you have a fair description, a good description of the data. So type describe. You can type that describe in full. So describe is written this way, and you press enter. So it will describe the data. And this is the description of the data. This is the description of the data. So it has 48 observations, and the data is about patient survivor in drug trial. I think it was compiled in 3rd March 2014, precisely this month in 2014. That's the time. And then in this, you have...
Excuse me, sir. Mine is 3rd March 2011.
Huh?
Mine is 3rd March 2011.
Okay, don't worry.
It doesn't matter. My own is 2018.
2018. That's good. That means your...
Prof, I guess it follows the version of the Stata software one is using.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's something new that we are learning. I think I also never tried it different versions. So we are learning new things every day, which is good. So this is the size. The way the size is measured, we will talk about it later, but just know this is the size is as far as the memory is concerned. You can see see the variables here. These are the variables. So this is the study time, which means the month to date or end of experiment. I think I was not there when this data was compiled, but from what I can see, it's probably that the drug that was being tried, they are experimenting a new drug. So this variable measures the number of months from the time the drug was administered to the time the patient eventually died. and if the patient did not die, to the time when the experiment was concluded. So this is in terms of months. Then, of course, you have died, which is another variable capturing whether the patient actually died or survived. So one here indicates that the patient died. So 0 will probably mean the patient did not die or survived. So the drug, I think they administer 2 drugs. Okay, before I leave this issue of died, you can see ordinarily one will expect that 0 should be assigned to died and 1 assigned to survive. So this is, you need to know what is your reference when you are assigning dummy, you are assigning value to categories. You need to know which one is your point of reference. So actually, the concern is to compare, the point of reference actually is the survivor. So the one you are comparing with the survivor is the dead. That is why, again, if you look at the drug type, I don't know yet, but placebo is assigned. This placebo will look like the original drug, but it's actually not the, so taking it will really not have any effect. So it's also the one that is, the reference one is the one that is the drug that you are actually investigating. So you are now looking at how that new drug compared to those administer those on placebo. Again, you have age. Age is in terms of the patient's age at start of the experiment. So it doesn't include the age up to the time, up to the end of the experiment. And so on like that, you have this as if the record is to be used, 0 if otherwise, D if the failure. So this is about the data. But that's not really our, it's just to learn when to use this command describe. Then, of course, if you have described, the command summarize, before I leave that one, I could as well use a short description of describe. Instead of writing it in full, I could use this. So it will still give me a result. And that's one thing about Stata. Some commands you could, so it's in the manual. You need to know those ones that you can shorten. Now, let's even look at the data. You could come to the data editor. For instance, if you don't have the mind of editing the data, it's better to use the data editor browse. So if you open that, that gives you an idea of the data. So this is the study time, which means this first person spent only 1 month. No, from the time.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir, Prof.
Hello, yeah.
Please, hello, sorry, sir. Sorry for taking back. Please, can you just show us how you get to that data or the editor? What the command?
Okay. These are things we've taught last week. I told you about all these icons. So in this icon, you will see icon for data editor. Just put your cursor there, data editor edit. Close by is data editor browse. So you use this one if your intention is to edit the data, but we don't want to edit. If we open now, we will get the same thing, but it will allow us to edit. So it's usually not advisable that you open it when the intention is not to edit, because if you erroneously, mistakenly edit here, it might stay there permanently. So you open it from this data editor browse. That's the one I can't edit. If I type anything now, I'm typing now, that's why you are hearing the sound. So it's not going to edit, it's not going to change anything. And if you carry your baby on your lap and you are walking and the baby is typing, it's not going to also change anything. So that's why preferably you use the data editor browse. Is that okay?
Thank you, sir.
So we are just trying to understand the data to start with. The study time, by the definition that we have seen, the study time means this first person died 1 month after this patient died 1 month after the experiment started. Of course.
Yes, sir, after this.
Died. Yes, please.
No, sorry, sir, sorry. I just wanted to.
Huh?
It's okay, Prof. It's okay. Continue. I was just trying to understand something. It's okay.
Okay, have you understood it now?
Yes, Prof. Thank you.
Great. So the next one says died. So if the patient died, you will see one there. You know, this is the drug. If it is placebo, if the patient was on placebo, so we can see now this first patient was actually on placebo. This is the age as at the time the experiment started, and this is I think 61, and so on and so forth. You
Sir,
can also go back. Yes, please.
Sir, it seems this data is a survival analysis data, sir.
It's what?
Survival analysis data.
Well, don't let us go all those technical terms for now.
Okay, sir.
So there are medical people here, there are social scientists here, geographers, and so on. So when we get to certain places, we will begin to, maybe much later, we'll begin to be more technical in some aspects. So let's not.
Professor.
This is just giving you information about the yes.
Yeah, please, Professor. Which data set are you using?
I'm using the inbuilt data set on cancer.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cancer. You have that data?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much.
So if you look at this data, you will see quickly again that some patient study time, there were people up to 23 months on the drug, though also on placebo. If you look at this, I don't know what. Let's look at the way this thing is described, the drug. Let me close this. So if you look at drug, you could easily see the way it is now, it appears we could go to data variable manager to have a better understanding of the data. Do you know how I got to data manager, variable manager? Just go to data and then go to variable manager under the data system. So you have this, and you could possibly have more information. So here you will see if the label is 1, if patient died. So you can also no notes is attached. Let's see how no value also. So then the drug, you could see again no notes, but you could see the value here, type 1, that's drug. So that's just the further way. I don't want to change things here yet, but this is just overall summary or description rather of the data. So we could also choose another. Just don't worry the way today's lecture eventually goes. We will sort out ourselves next week. It might not be structured the way we originally planned it, but this will take us through some few things. Let's also look at maybe another data which may just be of interest. System.
Let's pick sensors.
Yes, sir. Sensors, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello, Prof.
Hello, ma.
Please, I'm lost. Where did you people get this data you are using?
We got it. You shouldn't be. Okay, what I did was to use this command. Can you see the command? Type it in the command window. System use dir. dir means directory of those data that come with stata. So if you type, I don't want anybody to ask me this question again. So if you type that system use dir, it will give you the list of all the data, stata data files in the stata memory. They are not your own. They are not external data. They are internal data.
Okay. So I understand now.
They are all internal data. They are not generated by you.
Okay. So,
But they are available
on Stata,
within,
within the software
on Stata package.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Is that clear, everybody?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Prof.
Great. So somebody said we should use sensors. People want sensors. Yes. So this is data about sensors. It's an interesting data. So we could easily describe the data. So let's describe the data. This is the description. This data is about 1980 census data by state. And it was uploaded in April 2014. Your own may be different. There are 50 observations there. Of course, this data is about United States, so there are 50 states. So you have the census data by state. And there are 13 variables there. So which means here there will be 13 variables. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can count all of that. The first variable is the variable state. And that variable is a string variable. You know, state 2 is a 2-letter state abbreviation. So instead of saying you can see OY. Instead of saying Lagos, you can
Washington, you say WC.
Exactly. So you can see the region. So these are the rest of the variables. It's quite interesting. So if you want to see a few of the variables, you can actually use a list command to see just the state 2, the region, and the population. Let's just see this. So this is just, I selected only 3 variables, and I use the list command to give me those variables, right? So I selected the variable state. This is state. State 2. This is the 2. And this is the region. It's in the south. Alabama is in the south. This is the population. So you could see more of that. But that thing will go up to 50. So if I want to break this, last week I discussed how you can just click on this break to stop that long list. To start that. Are we getting 1 or 2 things?
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how many commands?
Yes, sir, we have, sir.
How many commands have I used now?
3, sir.
4.
Okay, depends on what to see.
The first one you use system use sensors. The second one describe, and the third one and you use list.
Okay. I've also used summarize. So I'm happy that
You also use system use directory.
Sorry,
okay,
Prof,
great.
can you just show us how you use the break again?
How I use the break.
The break, yes.
Okay. If there's nothing to break, these 2 icons will not be highlighted. These 2 icons will not be highlighted if there is nothing to break. But let's say I now, I want to describe those. I want to repeat this command. I want to re-execute this command. So I can run it and click press. You will see more. You see more here. Then these 2 icons have been highlighted. If I click the first one, which is green, it will give me more list. If I click again, it will give me more list. Sometimes the list can be unnecessarily long, so I may be okay with what I've seen. I can now click the break this. Is it pink or yellow? Pink now. I can now break it. Are you okay now? Are you happy?
Yes, Prof. Yes.
Please, sir.
Great. Huh?
Yes,
Did
yes,
you
yes.
advise us to work directly in the comment?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Yeah, and I see, since you work in the comment place, I don't know if it is not possible to work with a do file, to create a do file and to write the comment and to execute the comment here.
Yeah, we could open the do file. The do file is still here, but once you have the do file,
Yeah.
you will not be able to do interactive kind of, because this is a class, so we need to do interactive kind of
Comment.
session. Yes, we need to do interactive
Okay.
session. Do file will not really, it's only when you have written all the command to execute a given task, then you can use the do command. Though you could also run your do command, your do file line by line if you want, but usually the objective is to run the do file at a go. If I use do file, you won't see the commands here any longer. You won't see all
Yeah,
this. Yes. So what I can do? Huh?
I write now the comment when you say something. I can write the comment to remind if after I want to work again.
If I were you, I will copy. You see the way I've highlighted?
Yeah, yeah.
Then you can right click.
Okay.
And then you can copy.
Yeah.
And then you can go to your do file.
Yeah.
And then go copy that list of commands in your do file.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sorry, Prof. Sir.
Your do file
When you right click
that, sir.
Huh?
Sorry, sir.
I didn't get that.
Sorry, Prof. Sir. When you right click, sir,
yes,
it also showed send to do file. Can we use that place too?
Okay, when
you right click,
yes,
yeah, it showed send to do file.
So you can,
could we have done that? Send to do file. Okay.
Yes, you can send. Maybe it will open a new. Yeah, it even send it. You can see it automatically, but it has created a new one, not the old one that we were using.
Not the one that we were using before.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the one we were using before was this, and we have already given it the file name. So
okay, sir.
Great.
It's better to copy and paste into that same one.
So that now you can begin to give comment as you want. Remember, when you are giving comment, you have to use the star thing, and then you can write your comments. So we should not be put. Is that clear? Any other question? No. So what we are doing is interactive session. So we are executing one line of command at a time. So so that's just a little bit about the way to view our data, a way to list some of the variables. For instance, I could use list again. In fact, if you type help, I think we have done that before. You type help list. So this is the list function. Try to understand this. This is list function. Even if this is what we will take home today, that would be great. So if you are using the list, these are the options. These are the main. You can have compressed list. You can have no compressed list.
How did we get to the list function, sir?
Huh?
How did we get to the list function, sir? Like
I type help list. Help list. Can you see? Type help list in your command window. Help list. Are you able to?
Yes, sir.
Do you have this window?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Excellent. So these are ways you can create. In fact, you will see a lot of examples how you can list. For instance, if I want to list only those observations from 1 to 10 only, so I can use that list, select the variables I want, state, state, 2 region, population, maybe not for all of them, not for all of them. Maybe interested only in, in those from 1 to 15. So it will only give you 1 to 15, even though they are more than 15. Can you see?
Can I see the command?
Let's see the command again, sir.
So
please, sir, can you show the command again, sir?
This is the command list.
In 1 to 5.
So you will now put in 1 to 15. You can even say, let's say you want only from 30 to, let's say you want only from 30 to 50. Because there are 50 of them there. Let's say 30 to 50. Again, you will only see 30 to 50. So you can choose the part you want to see. That's another beauty of list. So these are preliminary things you may want to use to understand your data and make good description of your data. Let's look at number of divorces. I may be interested in number of divorces. Let's even look at that. So let me look at the state, the population, and then the divorces in these states. Oh my God. So you can see Alabama with a population. This is the diversity. You can generate a new variable. When we get there, you will learn how to do that, which will be the ratio of population to diversity, or the diversity to population, or how many diversities you have per population. So that you'll be able to make sense from this data. But that's not, that's something we can look at later. But you can choose the variable you want to list and also the number of cases you want to list. That is the message. That is the message being passed across. I repeat, you use the list command to select the variables you want to see and also the cases you want to see. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Great. You may even say that you are only interested in, you can use if command, for instance. You want to see states. For instance, I can write, so let's see. So let me say that I want to see the list of states and region if the population of the state is greater than, let's say, 2 million. I only want to see states. Let me say, let me say states greater than 10 million. State greater than 10 million. Start up to 10 million. One. Let's see. Okay, so I want, yes, state greater than 10 million only to be listed.
Excuse me, Prof.
So these are the only states greater than 10 million.
Hello, Prof.
Hello?
Excuse me, can you increase the font size of your STATA display?
Okay, the font size of the result window, right? Or command?
Yes.
Font size of the command window, sir.
Don't worry. Okay, so let me go for 6. Is it better?
So the command window, when you are typing the command.
Yes, that's okay.
Okay,
That's
don't
okay.
worry.
It's fine.
Don't worry.
It's fine.
Ah, 10 is too small. No wonder people cannot see. And you didn't tell me this why. So this is the command. Can you see it now?
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
It's clear now. Eh?
It's clear now, sir.
Better.
It's clear now.
So can you see what I've done? I've just been able to extract states with population greater than 10 million. So California, Illinois, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and of course, 2 of them are in the North Central, and 2 of them in the Northeast, and 1 in the West, 1 in the South. So these are states with population greater than 10 million. We could also do a number of other things as far as the list is concerned. If we, for instance, instead of showing concern about states, I may be interested in the diverse number of divorces. No. So number of divorces, those states with number of divorces less than this is 10,000, let's say less than or greater than, rather, sorry, greater than 50,000. Divorce, yes, greater than 50,000. So again, it appears those states with largest population, they are also those with largest divorces. Great. Is there anything special you want me to do again? So this is one way of using the list command.
Okay.
Prof, I have a question at this point.
Please ask.
Okay. Now, I wish to know what is informing the spacing in the structuring of the command. If you look at this particular command on the screen, we have
sorry, I didn't get. I'm not sure I could get your question.
Okay, I will come again, sir. I wish to know what is informing the use of spacing in the command.
Spacing.
You see, when it came to divorce greater than 50,000, there was no spacing. Others, there was spacing.
Okay. Okay.
And I made a mistake. I added comma when I was trying to practice mine. When you wrote, I think 5 million the other time. When I added comma to my own, it did not run.
Okay, it will not run because you disobeyed the syntax. But
okay.
As far as a space issue is concerned in Stata, there is no large the size of. Let me run this one. It will still run. Can you see? So it doesn't matter the amount of space that you provide. Let me also do this. Let me do this. If you so much again, it will run. Are you okay now?
You won't did not give, but the space must be there.
Yes, I'm okay, sir. I was muted.
You see, there are some questions. There are some questions you can even try on your own without. Once you have your system, you just try it, and if it works, that means you have discovered something new on your own, and you will never forget that one. If it doesn't work, it means it will never work. Even if the maker of the starter is the one using it, it will not work.
Okay.
Is that
Hello,
clear?
sir.
Hello,
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Is it possible to categorize the state by population? I mean, to categorize them. Maybe we want to give a range, giving it maybe a range.
Don't worry, we will do a lot of things, but for now, we are looking at basic commands. If you look at our objective for this session, No, the concern is to look at some basic commands. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Huh?
Okay,
Another
sir.
command that we have not used at all, which I also want to see if we can quickly look at, is the sort command. Is the sort command. So you could also sort data. So if you want to know more about that, type F, type sort. So this is another command that you should take away today, sort command. So you could sort. So the rule is that when you are using the sort command, the variable that will form this is the rule, sort variable list, and then you can say maybe the range of those variables you want to sort. No, so for instance, I can sort this data by population. So let me just use the word. I'm coming to you. So I can sort using population. So so this is sort. So the data is sorted by population. I can now list. Let me list those. Let me list the data now.
It will show everything that I did on the screen.
Let me just select
the data. It has to be summarized. The variable ADP EC. In the previous example, you may have noticed the syntax that I used.
I hope you can see. So I've sorted now from the lowest to the highest. The first 10 lowest is what you see here, and that the lowest population, the state with the lowest population is actually Alaska, and so on, followed by Wyoming, Vermont, Delaware, North Dakota, so on. If you want to see all of them, you could even say you want to see the last set, maybe the last 31, the last from 30 to the end. So you have, these are the, California is the largest. So I've been able to sort these states. So the largest is California, 23 million. I think that should be competing with Lagos. We don't have a census in Nigeria as such. So maybe it's competing with, it's bigger than Lagos anyway. But one is not too sure. No, we don't have reliable data yet. This is California is followed by New York, by Texas, and so on. So you could sort. Those are ways to, you can sort in either in ascending order or in descending order, if you so wish. So if you want it, if you want to, so let's say I want let me repeat that command. So if I want this in descending order, I can put this. So this is that. So this is putting it in in this in descending order. That is from the least to the highest.
Sir, can we
So
see the command for the last one?
This is it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So this is another command that should be in your
I have a question, sir.
Toolbox. Yes, go on.
Okay, sir. I observed that before you use the sort command, the commands, the way we had them, were the same way you still repeated them after the sort command. So is there anything to distinguish? Like before the sort command, now we had list, state, region, for instance, and then after sort, it didn't show, but by the time we repeated the same command again, the last one, it overrides what we had previously. So what I'm trying to say is that the way the sort works, that after sorting, we would not be able to bring out the previous command without the sorting. Assuming we still wanted that, what could you have done?
Sorry, I'm not sure I got it.
Okay, what I'm saying is this. You had the command list state region without sorting. Then after we implemented the sort, we sorted by population, right? Then after that, we now wanted to bring out what we had initially. So, but we still use the same command. We didn't use anything to distinguish from the previous one before the sorting.
No, because I've already sorted. If you go here, you will see that everything has been sorted by population.
Yes.
So once you have sorted, the entire data will be sorted. So
that means that I can't get to my previous state of before sorting any longer. I cannot get to the previous state that I was before the sorting.
If you don't save, you will get it.
Okay. I get it now. Okay, it's okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. Otherwise, it becomes permanent. Okay, sir.
Yeah, if you save it, of course, nothing has been done to the data. It's just that you have sorted.
Well done,
Yes,
Prof.
sir.
A brief question, please. A brief question. Yeah, please, Prof. For some of us joining, and we've been fluctuating like power holding up and down. I observed some few things. After your command, at the end of this your last command, I saw something like minus 30. Should I use the word /50 or divided by 50 or so?
Yes.
And then I'm wondering, in previous command, I saw something like 30/50 and all that. So I'm wondering, like the last command, you said you are sorting from ascending or from descending to ascending order. So could that minus 30? I just want to know the implication or the meaning of that your minus 30/50. What it actually
the
implies.
implication actually is that why you are not seeing a different because already we've sorted the data. If we had not, let me say, okay, let me clear this data now. Let me clear. So the data is clear. Is it clear, everybody? I've cleared the data. And then for those, so once you use the word clear, it will get rid of the data. It doesn't mean that you have the data, you can still retrieve the data. So let me use the command again. So if I double click, I have the data back again. But if you use the previous command, let's say this one, you will see that this data is not sorted. Am I correct? It's not sorted by, it's only originally sorted by state, maybe from A, B, C, no, D, but not by population. This is not, it's not yet sorted by population. There are 50 states. So are you with me, the person who asked the question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm with you, Prof. Go on.
Okay, so now I just want, even with, I don't want to sort yet, right?
Okay.
But I want this data, I want it, I want the list of these states, from to make it better, let me say the first one. So let's even say 1 to 50. Great. So what it has done now, it has brought out. Can you see now that it's actually giving me? It's not giving me what I have in mind. So what we have in mind is
okay.
So
minus 1 to 50.
Huh?
The minus 1 over 50 is actually giving you the last one.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
The minus 150 is the last but one. The last observation but
the
one.
last but one. Thank you very much. The last
If you write minus 550, it will give you the last 5 observations.
So if you write minus 5,
yes, in 550,
so it's going to give you the
rest in, you forgotten in.
Oh, sorry. Great. So it's and it's not sorted.
Yes.
Aha. So to be able to answer the question, if I sort the original data, let me say now I sort the original data and I sort based on population. So the old data will have been sorted, and if I use the list command, so the states are now sorted according to their size. According to their size. So using this command, it will only give us the last 5 from this sorted. And that's why you have this set of states. Is it clear? The person.
I'm okay, Prof.
You are okay.
Clear.
So you can possibly explore a number of things on your own. Thank you very much, our contributor. What's the name? Okay. So
hello, sir.
Hello, ma.
Yes, sir. Please, I'm calling from Akure. On the census data set, if you want to sort the income or the finance item, is it still the same criteria procedure?
Yeah, once you type sort, whatever variable you want to use for your sorting will come next after sort. Is it clear?
All right, sir.
Let me just, I can borrow 1 or 2 minutes again. So if I know, so that you don't go with a very wrong impression now. So if you see my window, I could
yes, I can see
it. So let's look at this set of numbers. Which variable do you want us to use for sorting? Let's look at that, isn't it?
Okay, sir.
So let's look at this set of, let me just remove this one for purpose of argument. Now look at this. You will see that the date variable is not sorted. The states are not sorted by date.
Okay,
so
sir.
if I want to sort the date by date, I can now use, let me break this. I can now say sort. So since the variable date is what I want to use for the sorting, then it will come first. I will come here, select that variable to avoid making mistakes, and then it will be sorted. Now you can see the list again. You will now see that the states have been sorted. The state with the lowest date is Alaska, and so on like that. You can see the order has changed. So this is now sorted by state. Interestingly, except maybe in few cases, from here down, most of the states with largest population also have the largest number of deaths. But there are instances, look at the population here is 5,400,000 and something. This is, so it appears so this is a good example. Maryland has 4 million deaths. Alabama has 3 million, but has a bigger number of deaths, despite having a smaller population, compared to Maryland. So the message is that when you are sorting, it is the variable you want to use for sorting that you type after the command sort. You can always get more help regarding the sort command.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I have a question, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Please go on. We are now rounding up.
Okay. I want to ask a question concerning the do file this thing. Now, if you have a lot of line of code, so and you want to run a particular code, are we going to go to that line of code and press execute, or there is a how can I put the command that we can use? For in R now, once we go to that line of code, we just press Ctrl R and it will run. So I'm asking if you can do that also in Stata.
You mean if you want to run
a particular line of code in the do file? Maybe you have a very long line of code. For example, now what we've been doing since now, I'm just typing it on my do file now. Maybe I want to run a particular line of code. So will I just alight everything and press execute, or I will go to that line of code, alight and press maybe there is one thing that I can press on my keyboard?
Can you see
Can
my
you see
screen?
my screen?
Yes, yes, sir.
You can still,
See my screen?
No, no, no.
Okay, let me
quickly share my screen.
Can you see
Now,
Can you see my do file editor?
yes, 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 sir.
So you can block this and execute that. Or you go to come to the execute selection. Are you there? So you can select those lines and you execute those lines only. I think that is
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.